What's up, everybody? Captain Jimmy here with American Fishing Charters, which is bringing you your second week of United Fishing Reports, guys. We got myself bringing it to you out of Savannah. I'm going to try to, widen that pattern a little bit. I'm talking to a inshore guide to see if they want to come on and, do the inshore thing, because they spend way more time on the inshore than I do. I'll be bringing you offshore side. Lake Lanier report, Mike, Captain Mike of Spartan Charters, also a veteran. He's gonna be giving the report from there. And then we even got Quinn Hollingsworth, my Ranger buddy, that's starting up a charter company called Ranger Angler Fishing Charters down in Destin, Florida, guys. This is brought to you by my people at Starbright, guys. They do so much. Absolutely love them, man. They're like family, and they do make a killer product. I don't rep anything that I don't believe in. That being said, guys, this week's featured product is the ultimate magic sponge. All right, guys, this thing is super cool. You get it wet and it takes off virtually everything. In the video at the end, it shows you actually getting scuffs, like hard blue scuffs off the back of my seat on the boat. Okay, guys, super great product. I use it around the house, countertops, bathroom, whole 9 yards, guys. This is it. Moving on to the fun stuff, guys. Fishing. All right. So on the offshore, or let's start at the let's start at the inshore, guys. With all this wind, more than likely this weekend, that's where everybody's going to be hanging out, okay? Unless you need a back adjustment, and then point that baby east and let that Mother Ocean just pound that back straight, guys. All right, that being said, the inshore is just lighting up, guys. I've been seeing more flounder caught this week. The trout are good. They're getting bigger. It's that time of year, that spring spawning bite. And then the reds. I saw more keeper reds this week, which is super cool for you meat hunters, guys. Live shrimp is the name of the game. Bull River Marina has had them sporadically, okay? They're pretty good about putting it up on their Facebook, it seems like, so check their Facebook out. Also, you can just obviously give them a call, guys. They've had them. I'm not sure. That's the only really people I've seen online advertising it. As always, guys, if you need some help on that inshore and stuff, I don't have an inshore guide right now. Give Judy a call, guys. Miss Judy. I mean, that's the OG of fishing around here. She's got a slew of guides that'll put you guys on fish. You're talking, you got Justin Ron, Jake Ross, Garrett Ross. Garrett's another veteran, if I remember correctly. Matt Williams is over there. Dude's been doing it a hot minute. I knew his name, met him for the first time the other day. Knew who he was, though. So give them a call, guys. They'll get you squared away on that inshore stuff. Moving out to the wrecks, guys. My favorite place to fish, man. I love those reefs. It's a short drive, and the fishing is awesome. I was messing with those sharks this week. The sheep's head are still here. The sea bass have not moved in shallow. So if you get the forecast, like we got one Monday, you're going to want to make a ride, all right, guys? You're going to want to go to that 5 mile reef, Savannah, KC, 7 miles for the KC. And you can kind of go out there and just put it to them still, okay? I give it maybe to the next moon. When those sea bass move shallow, you can't get a fiddler crab past them, all right? That being said, guys, we also got a really cool shot of a baby white shark circling the boat. That was really, and that's probably going to be playing while I'm talking right now. That being said, guys, moving out to the snapper banks, okay? I'm excited. All right, we talked about before the new mate for American Fishing Charters, Ryan, a combat wounded Army Ranger. Homie lost both his legs and his right arm, okay? Also, this dude straight gets after it, all right? This dude is, he's a Ranger. What do you expect, right? So this dude just motivates the hell out of me and everybody he's around. So Ryan was like, yo, Jimmy, I want a job fishing. And you know, I'm gonna be real, man. Like I think a lot of people look at somebody like Ryan and maybe doubt him and want to baby him. And you know, I told him, it's like, yo, bro, you know, there's gonna be a standard, this, that, and the other, but let's get out here, get after it, make this thing work. So Monday we're gonna start documenting the train up for you guys on Ryan and I's journey on working together as captain and making. It's gonna start at the snapper banks, guys. I am super pumped up. We're going to be looking for kingfish and cobia, hopefully. All right, guys. I did see a baby cobia on the reefs. Okay, real small. I was in 60 feet of water, I believe. All right. So, guys, when I'm going to be out there, when I'm going to be looking for these kings and all that here on Monday with Ryan, gosh, I'm stoked. We're going to be pulling, I guessed it, lip divers. Anybody that's ever followed me, guys, knows I love these things for mackerel. Okay, cudas and wahoo and amberjack, everything eats them. But we're going to be pulling stuff like this. Okay, this is the Nomad. All right, I like. I think it's Yozuri. Makes a mahi colored one. I really like that. Those are currently on the boat, guys. This one is here. Look at that. You can read that. The DTX Minnow, 165 millimeter, dives to like 30 feet. Remember, guys, that all depends on how much line you have out, speed, etc. All right. So we're going to be pulling these jokers. Okay. A lot of people run mono with it. I usually run a small piece of wire. All right. So if that big old 40-pound kingfish comes along and hits him right here, I ain't going to lose him because of them razor sharp teeth cutting my fishing line. So guys, I like to use a small piece of wire. Okay, I like to troll 5 knots ish, 4 knots ish, miles per hour. You know, you're start off at 5 miles an hour and adjust from there. If you're marking fish, do something different, guys. If you're coming over a pot of fish and there is some live bait around but you can't jig it up or it's too small, what have you, you know, burn those plugs through that school of kingfish. I mean, burn them through there. You want boop, 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 just like that. I mean, just cook it. And then as you're coming through, guys, slow that boat down or completely pull it out of gear. Because see this? When you do that, it's digging, it's rattling, bubble trailing. You pull it out of gear, it's going to rise up. What's a fleeing bait fish do, guys? Goes up, right? Little stuff you can do, all right? You're not getting it one way, go against the current, go with the current, etc. Just eliminate all options before you leave fish to find fish, all right, guys? Moving on with the cobia and amberjack and stuff, I'm gonna be throwing just your standard bucktail jig, guys, all right? You can get all of this stuff I'm showing you in Palmetto State Armory, okay? So that's what I'm throwing. This is a 3-ouncer, guys. I have 1s up to 8s, okay? I like anything. I'm a white guy. I like white jigs. White jigs and black diamonds, baby. This has got the green and the black with it, guys. It's got a little shine to it. All right, I've burned through a lot of white jigs. Okay, been getting broke off and whatnot. But as you can see, you know, we got all different colors, shapes, etc. Then these Pro Spro jigs custom, they actually got additional feathers, a tougher hook, bigger eyelet, beautiful jigs. They make a mahi colored one. Actually, I broke off the last one last time fishing. That was sad. And guys, what I'm really enjoying, I encourage you guys, especially, you know, you guys that get to fish more often and caught a lot of fish before, and maybe you aren't worried about filling up the freezer. It is for the sport. Get on this Inshore rod stuff, guys. This is my jigging rod for offshore, okay? This is the St. Croix, all right? This is the 7 heavy power, okay? This is the St. Croix Triumph Inshore, guys, all right? You can get this at Palmetto State Armory, okay? For a reel, I'm using a 6,000 Daiwa Saltus MG mag sealed, okay? This is, I mean, it's not like a Van Staal $1,000 reel. They're expensive. You are going to pay for them, but they're absolutely awesome, guys. Very, very smooth, etc. I mean, you just can't beat it. That being said, there ain't no reason, if you're not fishing a lot or you just don't want to drop that kind of coin, dropping $300-400 on a reel. So go in there and get you maybe a Penn Battle, okay? Even the Penn Fierce. You know, you can get a reel in that $60 to $120 range in there. That's really nice. And Palmetto State Armory has those for you guys. I would not. There's other good rods as I break this rod tip. But this right here, guys, these things are just so much fun. I'm throwing my offshore topwater on a lighter rod than this. Super cool. Anyway, guys, moving on. The blue water, I haven't been out. I saw some reports this week. It seems like it's just, you know, a mahi here or there, a couple missed wahoo. Nothing really going on out there. I think we're right on the cusp of that. We're getting ready to get this pelagic migration going on, guys, and hopefully it's fitting up to be suiting up to be a spring like last spring, which was just buck wild, dude. It was awesome. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. Be sure to share this, man. And by all means, if you guys have something in the comments you want to add, a technique, whatever, dude, shoot it at us, man. This is here for a discussion. We're not going to rip each other apart. You know, it ain't here for that. This is United Fishing Report, guys. Let's bring this fishing community together a little bit. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy these next 2 segments. And as always, we'll see y'all out on the water, baby. Hey guys, a little alibi here. I messed up. I boogered up the fishing report. I'm doing a little addition, a little edit, if you will. I forgot to tell you guys the wind forecast. So tomorrow, Friday, is your highest wind is going to be, and this is for about 20 miles out, guys. It's going to be 20 miles an hour out of the west. Yeah, we don't want anything to do with that. Saturday, 25 out of the west. That's another inshore day. Sunday. It starts to die down by 11 a.m. It's down to 13. Continues to decline until Monday. By 08, it is 11 miles an hour out of the southwest, guys. And it slowly picks back up in the evening. And Tuesday is going to be another fishable day, guys. Just get back in before dark. It looks like it's going to pick up again. And then it looks iffy. And these long range forecasts, guys, you got to wait, guys. But at the end of the day, it's something to base off of. And it looks a little iffy again until next Friday. So hopefully, you know, if it is going to blow, it'll do it while you guys are at work. I don't want it to blow at all. I want to go to work. But if it blows while you guys are at work and doesn't on the weekend, that's a win, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry for this little bootleg edit, but you'll have that on these big jobs, baby. Thank y'all. See y'all out on the water.
Hey everyone, I'm Captain Mike. This is the Spartan Charters of Georgia channel, and this is the Lake Lanier report for April 4th, 2022. All right, welcome back. I hope you had a great weekend because ours was absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to tell you about it. But first, I want to get into the rundown on current conditions on Lake Lanier. Watercolor is that slightly stained green kind of color, mostly clear as well. There's some pollen and other debris on the surface that are coming in from the winds that we're still having. They're nowhere near like what they were last week, but they're still carrying some stuff around the lake. Water temps are in the mid-50s. Starting out in the day, and then the later you go in the day, it's warming up closer to 60. There's a cold spell coming for the weekend, and with the warm days between now, the cold on the weekend, and the warm next week, I don't expect that to change all that much until next week when we start getting into those more consistent warm temperatures. And that's really going to push things into the height of spring and the spawning seasons for all of the popular fish on the lake. The lake itself is just above its full pool elevation of 1,071 feet, and we're hearing from our friends, we haven't chased striper yet this week, we're hearing from our friends and other reports that the fish are still scattered out. They haven't gelled into their spawning pattern as of yet, and all techniques are viable depending upon the time of the day and your conditions. That goes for free lines, weighted free lines, down lines like what we talked about in another report, planer boards, umbrella rigs, chasing birds, seeing a lot of that towards the upper reaches of the lake. It's all viable. Just adjust it to your light conditions, up early, down as you go later in the day. And you may even be surprised you pick them up on free lines in the middle of the day too. Bass, artificial bait has been a game of patience and finesse. With Ned rigs and shaky heads being the predominant patterns right now as the males are setting up the nest and some of the early females are moving up in there. As you're going to see a little bit later on, pitching herring under slip floats towards main lake seawalls has been on fire. I mean, that's really the only way I can describe it. Both Saturday and Sunday, we ran out of bait in just a couple of hours. I'm talking 4 dozen baits on Saturday and 5 dozen on Sunday, with some really nice fish being taken on Saturday. Crappie, they're starting to move up shallow as the water temps are starting to warm. They're being taken as shallow as a few feet below the surface in deeper water adjacent to a bank. That's also going to be viable for your docks and your shoreline structure like brush piles, even open water brush piles that are nearby in that shallow water. The one thing that we've experienced and that we've been hearing also is that the bite is not coming on as aggressively as it typically would, with them just usually walking away with the bait. So the key factor there is to keep an eye on your line, and when it starts moving in a way that it shouldn't, go ahead and treat that as a hit. All right, now that that's out of the way, we can get into the best part, the pictures. And on that note, I just wanted to mention to you that I also have an action camera that I leave running for the duration of all of my trips. So I'm working right now behind the scenes to put together a highlight reel of both of these trips, because that's just how awesome that they were. On Saturday, I had a pair of nurses that were in desperate need of relaxation, and they were hoping to get into some good action on some fish. And I got to tell you, it makes me really feel good to be able to help them achieve that after the last 2 years that we've had, because it doesn't even need to be said. Everybody knows. The tactic both days was pitching herring under slip floats about 3 to 4 feet deep up against main lake seawalls, and the spots were just absolutely coming up and annihilating them. On Saturday, I took out 4 dozen baits, and we ran out of them about 2.5 hours. That's the fastest I've emptied a bait tank in a very, very long time. And these were not small fish either. We did have the run-of-the-mill 1 3/4 to 2 pound spots, but we did run into a couple that were 4, and one that I'm sure was 5.5, if not better. And again, we're fishing these things on light tackle right below the surface. The spots are coming up. They're doing big swirls. They're throwing water. The bait's jumping out of the water. It's great action, and I still get a thrill. I've been fishing longer than I can even remember, and I still get the same thrill these days watching that float dive under the surface or go streaking across the surface as it's being chased by a fish as I did when I was fishing in before I was even like 10 years old. On Sunday, I had the pleasure of having a returning guest that had been out with me 2 other times, and his son. They decided to bring a friend from out of state, and I didn't know until they got on the boat. He'd never fished before. And like I said, we ran the same pattern. On Sunday, the size wasn't there, but the action was more consistent. On Saturday, we had Fast and Furious, and then it would die out for a little while, and then Fast and Furious again. On Sunday, it was flow to go down, and then you'd go, 5 or so minutes, and then that would start up again. So it was more consistent. It was, but the size just wasn't quite there. But everybody had a great time, myself included. And on Sunday, we actually ended up emptying the bait tank of 5 dozen herring in about 3 hours again. So this seawall pitching bite is a great way to put some fish in the boat. And like I talked about in a report a little while ago, it's not the same finesse style where you got to watch your line walking away or you're trying to keep a lure in one specific spot. You're pitching these herring up against the seawall, and the herring's running along the seawall or running away, and it's just great visual action, great surface strikes when they happen, and there's nothing like taking, 5-pound spot on very light gear. So I hope you've enjoyed the pictures. Like I said earlier, the one thing that I am working on right now behind the scenes is creating a highlight reel of both trips, and make sure that you click like, subscribe, notification bells, all that good nonsense for the platforms that we're on, to make sure you're notified when those videos go live. And with that, I just want to close and say good luck, be safe, and we'll see you on the water.
What's up, guys? Captain Quinn, Ranger Angler Fishing Charters, coming at you from the Destin, Santa Rosa Beach, Florida area, here to give you guys your weekly fishing report. So this past week, been targeting trout and redfish. Trout and redfish bite, pretty decent. Finding redfish on the flats, definitely around docks, pilings, any type of structure, even points. But guys are pulling off pretty big bull redfish on the flats right now. They're using either live shrimp, white bait, so either LYs or mullets. And one thing I've been using that's been working pretty well is this Z-Man Easy Shrimp. I like to rig it weedless. That way if I'm fishing a grass flat or under some structure, I can kind of just whip it under there and not have to worry about a snag. But this bait works really well. So for trout, again, spring trout bite, one of my favorites. Taking a playbook from the bass guys. I really like using this Ned rig. It works really well. You can kind of just get it over a pothole, kind of let it sit there. I like this green pumpkin color, kind of matches the grass and matches the environment that we're fishing up here. On to sheep's head. Sheep's head bite's still pretty good. Guys are finding them. Again, pretty much all the bridges around here. Get you some fiddler crabs. Scrape off some of the barnacles off the piling, drop straight down, and guys are getting still pretty good sheep's head. In addition to that, I'm hearing pretty good reports of the cobia bite. Guys are starting to pull cobia near shore and king mackerel. There's been guys catching them off the piers here and just patrolling the beaches. So pretty awesome to see that right now. But like I said, spring fishing, it's in full effect right now. You guys get after it, tight lines.
So then, because you don't have your tripod, you go like that. Get this thing nice and wet. Then you go to your dirty surface. We got some cuda scales. We got some blue junk. We got, look at all that nastiness. And then guys, boom, just like that, it is gone. Even this thicker stuff, guys. This magic sponge is absolutely off the chain. That's a gouge. That's a scratch. Don't worry about that. That's a scratch. And guys, another really cool thing is about this is that it will actually get off scuffs. So you can look at that right there. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this, guys. So I left this on here to show you guys that. These are blue scuffs that were left from a thermos that got wedged back there. Okay? I mean, guys, I'm not, this is just water. That's just, so whether it's a blue scuff from a thermos or your spilt coffee from yesterday, Starbright's got you with the magic sponge, baby.